This year has been far from normal, and as a result, the Publican Awards has had to adapt and pivot to reflect the realities of the situations you all face. The judging has been conducted in the virtual world, as will the event on March the 30th, where we'll be bringing you all the fun of the awards, but in your own homes. The aim of the awards this year has been to reflect on the outstanding ways in which businesses have flexed and pivoted to survive the crisis. No matter what has been thrown at them, the companies that make up all our finalists have not just rolled with the punches, but have adapted and in some cases even thrived. These are companies that not only worked hard to look after their businesses, but also their teams and the communities they serve. When we decided to press on with the Publican Awards, despite the challenges we were all facing, we were keen to use this event as a platform to learn together from some of the great things our finalists have done. What better way than to pick up some great insight and tips from some of the best operators in the business. So we put together these videos, and I'd urge you all to share these with your teams and colleagues, and hopefully they can help spread some inspiration ahead of the reopening in a few weeks and months. Thanks once again for the continued support from our category partners, who despite their own challenges have enabled us to carry on running this event in the face of such a difficult market. So enjoy, learn and share, and I look forward to being able to get into your sites in person before too long.
We started Stay Original in 2011 with our first site in Wedmore in North Somerset, and then we've grown steadily over the last 10 years to where we are today with 5 inns and small hotels in the southwest in Dorset, Somerset and Wiltshire. Today we're sitting in our newest opening, which is the King's Arms in Dorchester. We acquired this site in late 2015 because it's a Grade 2 star listed building. The initial challenges were getting through the planning and listed building process, which took a while, and then we got into the works, started the works in 2019. We always buy old, historic, listed buildings. When we're doing the refurbishment, we love working with the building, uncovering the original features. So a lot of the feel and design of the building is dictated by what we found as we've opened up. For example, during the works, we found a lovely old tile floor in the main hall. We found some old stable arches, which have now formed the pass into the kitchen. And also in an old storeroom, we found some brick walls, which go back to the original building in the 17th century, which we turned into a private dining room. So when you come off the street into the main entrance hall with its original tile floor, on the left we have the bar, which has a couple of lovely old fireplaces. We've opened the bar out, removed some 1980s add-ons to create a lovely, well-proportioned space. Then on the right we have the restaurant. We have extended it so it links into an open pass into the kitchen. Also on the right, as you come in through the front door, is the old smoking room. Originally the smoking room, but obviously this day and age is now the old smoking room, but we kept that as a name. And then going upstairs we have 3 floors of bedrooms, and then there's another wing which will be developed later. The layout, the floor plan is different in almost every room because we're reflecting how the building was built originally. And then in the design approach, we have tried to work with the personality of each room and give it its own feel. So no 2 rooms are the same. We're most proud of taking this lovely Grade 2 star listed building and breathing new life into it. It's a very important building for the town. It's very historic in the town. Thomas Hardy used to write here, and it's also a very important part of the streetscape. And we've taken a derelict building, we have put it back together again, and I think we've given something back to Dorchester that hopefully people in Dorchester are proud of, and visitors will love visiting. If we were to win the best new site, it would just be a wonderful end to what has been quite a long drawn out project. At times it's been quite stressful and quite painful getting the works done, but at the end of it we've got a building that we couldn't be more proud of. And the second reason is for the staff. We've got a fantastic team here. They gave us the most fantastic opening in September, and now they're about to come back and open it for the 3rd time. They're a wonderful team, and they've done a fantastic job.
So we're at the Red Lion at Helidon near Daventry. So it was a site that was owned by Enterprise Inns. They'd had it for some time and they sold it to a landowner who lives in the village. He'd slowly been doing it up and I think he was looking for an operator, and he came into one of our sites and then I came across, had a look at it. I knew it from old. It was the first pub that I used to drink in as a teenager, so knew the site well, had many happy memories here. We talked and 9 months later we opened the site in May 2019. It's always been well supported by the village. They've loved their pub, as all villages do, but it needed a new lease of life, it needed investment. So we've taken out a lot of the walls, we've opened it right up so you can see, the banter in the billiard room, as we call it. You can have a quiet chat in the cosy corner. We've created this sort of nice soft seating here, which we call the gym mill. So different spaces for different occasions, but everybody welcome. It's not exclusive, it's inclusive for everybody. We're the heart of a village, but with great standards. For me, it's about doing the basics really well. So it's that welcome when you walk in, that friendly face behind the bar. It's good beer, it's clean toilets, but really it's knowing that person, then knowing you feeling welcome. So whether or not you're a stranger who's just arrived and staying in one of our lovely letting rooms and you're working locally, straight away as you walk in, it's, hey, good evening, how are you? And that makes people feel at ease, and you make a friend. And that's what I think pubs are all about, and what the last 12 months I think we've all missed. I think the exciting bit about getting involved in a site from the very beginning, especially when we've got other sites and know the amount of energy and waste that pubs really do produce and burn through, it was nice to get involved in that at the very beginning and make some really good conscious decisions for the environment, saving money as a business, doing the right thing as a neighbour. We've got to look after our world. As a pub owner, I'm quite excited about that future and what we're trying to do as a business. The feedback we've had has been brilliant. The village and surrounding villages have been fantastic. The team have really got involved in the community spirit, which is a huge part of a pub's life. Why did we enter? One, I really believe in the site. I believe in the team that we've got here. Truthfully, I felt like it'd be a really good opportunity to remind the team how far we've come and what a great job they've done. If we were to win, we would be over the moon, but it's down to the team that they've worked really hard to make this site. We've got some amazing people here, and that kind of shows then their hard work pays off, and that's what I'm super excited about.
The Ostrich Inn was one of our sites that we bought from Brains a couple of years back, part of the acquisition of 7 that we bought over. It was the Ugly Duckling, ironically, on the riverside, down in Bristol. And it was one of those sites where we sort of stood across the river and looked at this beautiful building on a grey day. It was horrible, to be honest with you, and saw something else within it, which was quite exciting. I'll never forget the discussion I had about it with somebody who we bought it from. He said, oh, it's never done well. It does well through summer, but that's it. Don't worry about it otherwise. And that's almost red rag to bull for me, because I go, no, now I need to make it work. And that's what we did. It was operating just on a single floor. It was quite astonishing to then go upstairs and find this additional space, which we've now turned into the top deck, that you can have it as a private sort of dining room as one, or you can separate into 2 private dining rooms. Your own set of toilets, your own kitchen pass, your own bar, and these beautiful big windows overlooking the harbour side. So that was the dream. We managed to fulfil that, which was great. And considering that was an office, a toilet, an old kitchen, and a storeroom, it's quite a transformation. The garden's probably the biggest talking point. It's such a large area. We can sit circa 500 people in this outside garden, and to make it not look like sprawling benches, we broke that up into 4 sections. So we had coloured benches but playful, we had some astroturf and deck chairs, we had some high tables, we had some low dining tables, and then further down the very end of the harbour side, that's going to be our beach coming up to summer this year, where we're going to work with one of our suppliers to have a whole beach area outside. And we've got a purpose-made kitchen that sits outside called Portside Barbecue, and that's fantastic. So that's definitely something you want to go and have a look at. I use the word multifaceted quite a bit with this business because it's never more true than here. You can go Monday through to Sunday, you can go with your wife, you can go with your kids, you can go with your parents, you can go with your friends, you can go after sports, you can go for sports. I think the feeling is very much eclectic but exciting. You know, we've got from smash burgers to lobster rolls outside to really an a la carte menu inside, talking about some really sort of premium plus food items. So you can distinguish what you want to do, and in Bristol I think it's really important that you offer everything to everybody, of every age group, of every style and type. It doesn't really matter, we don't choose, you just crack on and enjoy yourself. We transformed a site that was the Ugly Duckling, and we've now got an absolutely phenomenal offer. The vision was to try and get as much out of the business as we could, but keeping within the aesthetics of what it was when we first bought it, and definitely within keeping with Bristol and where it was based. The best new site's it's not down to one individual person, it's the team. And I think getting the acknowledgement of winning the best new site would just top off a very difficult year for everybody, but for our team in particular, the ones who have sacrificed so much and been the frontline people through this entire pandemic, I think it'd be a hugely proud moment for everybody.
We are so proud to have the Mill and Ingram. It's a historical pub. It's been around for hundreds of years. We've been entrusted with a very special place here, and we know that. And we have tried to put back what people love about it. The community around here has all been terribly excited before we opened it. I think because it's historical, we used to have Prince Charles visiting here as well many years ago, so people quite like that sort of that connection, if you like. Like any rural pub, somewhere like this, people are always inquisitive to know what's happening next. So we've really tried to adapt and change with modern advances, but equally we've tried to keep the real feeling of the good old-fashioned British pub. We listen very much to what our customers want, and we really do try and give them exactly what they want. Very, very much the ethos of Berkeley Inns is that we do listen to what our customers would like us to do, and we try and deliver that. It's obviously a high food offer. We have huge, a diverse menu selection here, wonderful drinks menus. We've got the hub of the British pub, which is a lovely bustling environment which locals can come in and enjoy a drink, bring their dogs in, walk. As I said, we're set in a beautiful setting here. There's a snug area which if people wanted to enjoy the pub experience, they can also dine in that area. Then we've got the main restaurant, which is sort of slightly more opulent, so it gives a little bit of a more sort of unique dining experience. We've got a mirror room, which is a private dining room. Then we have a lovely bustling Sam's bar, which is a different environment again. We have our live music events sometimes in the courtyard, sometimes in Sam's bar. All the sporting events in the sporting calendar under normal circumstances we have in there. From wherever you're sitting, everything works well. It's very fluid, and it works well for everybody. It's a pub for everyone. To win Best New Site would be, absolutely tremendous. It's an incredible award to win. We would be incredibly humbled to be receiving it. Well, it would be testament to the dedicated teams that I work with and fortunate to work with. I'm very privileged to work with. We strive for excellence, and to receive something like this would be such a morale booster as well during the times that we've just come through. But we wouldn't, we know there's work to be done, there's always work to be done, and we would continue to strive forward.
This is the Oarsman Bar and Dining in Marlow. We've got one premium pub, one country fine dining, and this one we wanted to have our first proper bar. It's still dining, but we want to concentrate on the wet side of the business in what is a great local tourism town. And Marlow is a fabulous place for food and drink. When we took over the pub, it was called the Cross Keys. Great pub, very lively, lots of music, games, TV, football, pool, but it had a bit of a rough reputation and it was gradually sliding downhill. So when it came up, Having known the pub for many years, we thought, what can we do in this very energetic town, it's a very foodie town, it needs to be lifted. So we approached Star, who we already have 6 other pubs with, and made them an offer to do something very special. And that something very special was to create something brand new, this whole building, and call it the Oarsman. The Oarsman is about the heritage of the town. The town is very famous for rowing. Sir Steve Redgrave's from here. It competes annually against Henley, which is the home of rowing in the UK. So it's got a very proud history of rowing on the Thames. We wanted to show that and energise that in the building. We ripped out all the walls downstairs, we put in 8-metre beams, we took out service lifts, fireplaces, the toilets moved upstairs, we put a patio on the back, we extended the back walls. So it really was a whole refurbishment. Everything in the building is quality products, from wooden tables with copper insets to pewter tables, solid legs. Everything in here is leather. So everything we've done here is in quality and a high level. The reason for that is we wanted to be here in the next 10-15 years and to be sustainable in quality over time with a lot of people coming through the building. And the people helped do this, and particularly Chris, who's my right-hand man as in charge of the kitchens. We spent all of our time here. It's about people take ownership in the business. It's about the team who take ownership and understand what it is we're trying to achieve. They know where everything is, they know where the cabling is, they know that behind this picture here are 2 sockets and a cable for a TV. They know the building intimately. That gives them love and ownership. And when you get ownership, you give pride. Although we're chefs, restaurateurs, barmen, cleaners, it is, after all, just one big piece of showmanship. If people go to a show and enjoy it, they'll go back. If they go to the cinema and enjoy it, they'll go back. If they go to a pub and enjoy it and get good service, they'll come back. So everything's of the highest quality, including the training, the staff, and their ownership of their own building. My favourite bit is just to the side of the building, our entrance. Because as you come around the side of the building through a big grotto of olive trees and Japanese rushes, you come to the boat shed, and we built it like a boat shed, and we even put a boat up, a big 4-man skull on the wall. And in that we've had nice beautiful lighting, so at night it glows wonderfully. We have heaters in there, we've got high chairs, and it's a lovely atmosphere at night, and it says what this is all about. It's about boating, it's about heritage. Right through the toilets upstairs, beautiful big ornate portholes on each toilet for ladies and gents. We've continued the theme front to end.